Good evening. Welcome to Washington. I'm Brett Baer. Transgender people will no longer be allowed to serve in the U.S. military as of tonight. President Trump making the decision known in true Trumpian style through a series of tweets this morning, catching nearly everyone, even many at the Pentagon, by surprise. The president called transgenders in the military a burden and disruption to service in an about-face from his comments on their service in the past. Correspondent Doug McKelway has been following all the developments from the Pentagon and joins us live now with the reaction to the president's move. Good evening, Doug.
Evening, Brett. This stunning development began to heat up 2 weeks ago when Republican Congresswoman Vicki Hartzler introduced an amendment to bar money for gender reassignment surgery in the military. It was rejected because, at the urging of the White House, Defense Secretary Jim Mattis phoned lawmakers asking them to withdraw the amendment. They feared that it would split GOP conservatives and moderates and jeopardize defense spending.
How did you decide your policy on transgender people in the military?
You go ahead. She's very rude.
The military's policy of allowing transgender personnel to serve lasted just over a year before it came to a crashing halt this morning with 3 tweets from the commander-in-chief. Quote, "After consultation with my generals and military experts, please be advised that the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military." That from a president who promised the LGBT community as a candidate, quote, "I will fight for you while Hillary brings in more people that will threaten your freedoms and beliefs." It also came as Secretary of Defense Jim Mattis was on vacation, feeding speculation he may have been out of the loop. The White House denied that.
When the president made the decision yesterday, the Secretary of Defense was immediately informed, as were the rest of the national security team.
During his confirmation hearing, General Mattis carefully skirted a question about the Obama policy.
Do you believe that allowing LGBT Americans to serve in the military or women in combat is undermining our lethality?
Frankly, Senator, I've never cared much about two consenting adults and who they go to bed with.
A RAND Corporation study has found that between 1,300 and 6,600 transgender personnel serve, only about 0.1 to 0.5% of active duty personnel, and that medical costs would increase only $2.4 million to $8.4 million per year, numbers that critics say don't tell the full story.
Was it the right move to lift the ban on transgenders in the military?
Well, again, I go back to it complicates things immeasurably.
The policy required a 72-page handbook detailing a complicated array of policy changes up and down the chain of command.
Ash Carter pulled the pin on a cultural grenade and tossed it into the Pentagon on the Obama administration's way out the door.
Democrats and progressives vow a fight.
So I'm working on a piece of legislation now to make sure no one can be discriminated against based on their gender identity.
I'd be shocked if they go ahead with excluding trans people that are already serving on the front lines honorably. And if they try to do that, they'll have to go through us first.
And that fight has already begun today. Connecticut Governor Malloy has signed an executive order ordering the Connecticut National Guard not to discriminate against any transgender people. Right?
Doug McKelway at the Pentagon. Doug, thanks.